So, this morning, I thought I'd listen to one of my first videos, because I guess I have to fully start going through all my old videos and listening to them and seeing which ones I'm going to post and not. And tell you what, one of the first ones that I've done is completely embarrassing. It's got awful, and that's just the audio. I've not even looked at the quality of the video, which I know will be tragic, but what it shows me is the change, the improvement that has happened over a year, and that's magical. I mean, you never see it. Well, I never see it, and one of the issues that happens with me is I forget the progress that I make, because everything just becomes the norm. Everything just becomes, well, this is the baseline now, and it's always going to the next level, trying to get to the next level, trying to get to the next level, and then that next level becomes the baseline, and I forget where I started, and how I started, and how I didn't have a clue really why I was doing this. I just had this feeling that I should do it, and that's always funny, because everyone goes, God, that's magical when it works out, but you're a bit of an idiot when it don't work out, you know. Only time will tell, but it's always interesting to me to see the change, because it's god awful. I mean, I will be posting it so people will see, but it's part of the journey, and that's the bit I love. That's why it's not deep down embarrassing to me, because I'm like, look at us now. And then I'll probably say the same thing in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years. You know, it'll keep happening, it'll keep being like that. And I think whenever you're in a moment of low confidence, or not low confidence necessarily, just not confident, not seeing the way, it's always good to remember to compare what the past was like and where you are now. Come on, love. And I always think about the quote, comparison is the thief of joy. Now, whether that is the right quote and the full quote and there's nothing missing off on it, if that is the exact quote, I disagree with it. Comparison isn't the thief of joy, because it depends how you it depends how you're comparing, who you're comparing. If I compare my life with a little African kid who's starving and don't have any food or water, who some of his family's died, my life's pretty perfect. Can't argue with it. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. It's beyond great, the life I have. Now, if I'm comparing it to someone who, let's say a billionaire who's actually really happy, who's got everything he wants, you know, he's got a family, everything like that, you know, you could say, well, my life's not that good. Now, obviously, that's not my opinion, because for some reason, I'm in a place where I think my life's perfect and absolutely fantastic. But if you use comparison in the right way, it can really, for me personally, it can help me. It can make me appreciate what I have, make me feel better. Just like these videos, when I compare with my last video, let's say, that I filmed, and I compare it to my first one, I say, nah, you're not too bad, if I'm honest. Still boring, don't get me wrong, but you're not that bad. You're onto something here. You're progressing. You're making changes. You'll get there in the end. And then it's not about confidence. Then it's not about, I've got to feel great. Because you've got this almost statistical, objective piece of evidence that says, no, there is a direct change from that. An obvious change, should I say, from when you first started to now. Doesn't mean you're at the top of the mountain, but that's not the point. But it doesn't mean you have to sack anything off. It doesn't mean you have to give up on anything. If you just look at a timeline of things, and you just look at the beginning of the timeline and how different everything was, that's what I'm listening to it, and I'm almost smiling to myself because I'm listening to the words I'm saying, and I'm like, you don't have a foundation. You don't even have a reason why you want to do this. You're just going off an instinct, and you know it feels right, and you're trying to figure it out. And there's still embarrassment there, and there's not a flow of speech. And like I said, video quality is bad, audio quality is bad, and you can start picking the video apart and start comparing it to now and saying, you've improved on here, you've improved on there. And it is rare to be able to do that, because who's filming for this long and not posting for that long and carrying on for that long and stuff like that? And then you can see if the doubt is just in your head. I think that's what happens with me. You know, I can doubt myself. I can doubt what I believe in, up to a point. And just to be able to see that, it removes any doubt for me, because it's like, no, one, you've stuck to who you are for the full process. That's the same person. It's just you've got more comfortable. You've got a direction. And I think for someone that, when I was younger, never felt like I had a direction. Like most people probably don't. I mean, what the hell are you meant? What the hell do you know as a kid? What the hell do you know about the world? So how the hell are you gonna direct yourself? Now, you might get some people that are lucky that love something and know where they're going. But if you don't, you know, you feel a bit lost, and you feel like, where do you even put your energy? Where do you even try? And until you find it, until you find where you can put your energy, there's not really that much progress that happens. You're just winging it. And I wonder if with everything, there's always a phase of just winging it and just saying, right, we're just going to get through it. And I see that with problems and issues and dilemmas that I have in my head. I'm like, right, we don't know the answer. Let's just wing it. Now maybe ask someone, maybe they know, maybe talk about it, see what other people think about it, and it's just literally winging it. It's not you're asking someone for the exact correct answer. You know, and if they don't give you the correct answer, you're like, they know nothing. It's just winging it and just saying, maybe they know, maybe they don't know, but hey, let's give it a go. Let's work through it. And then you start finding a little bit of a path, and you start finding a little bit of a way. Then you know your next move, you know your next 2 moves, next 3 moves. Then you've got a plan in place, and then you've got a perspective, and you've got dreams and fantasies, and you've got where do you want to be? All right, I want to be there. All right, let's work on getting there. And then you work out, you know, you try and start working out what truly means to you. You know, you might get a little bit lost in the meaning and the foundation and stuff like that, but then you find your way. And it's just a process that I've noticed. And when you can document it every day and you can see the change, you can see the process clearly happening. But yeah, anyway, peace.